15th of March 2024. This is actually what you should call the Ides of March. In Roman times, this is the day then what Caesar got pegged. But there's a lot of pegging going on in South Africa. I see the knives are out. People are angry. People are making threats. And a lot of these politicians, they are talking and talking and talking, and I'm looking at it. Now, I've got a question. This thing about gay rights. We saw the Freedom Front Plus came out recently and say they support gay rights. Now, my question is this. I'm a citizen of South Africa, tax-paying citizen. I don't do crime, and I respect other people. And I have to be happy with human rights. I must be happy with my human rights. But these mentally disturbed things, they must get extra rights. Why must they get extra rights? Why can't they be happy with their human rights? No, they got to get extra rights. Does that mean they're not human? If human rights is not enough for them, they have to get extra rights. Does that mean they're not human? Because that is by implication what all this shit is saying. These people can't be protected by human rights, they must get extra rights. What about my right to have my grandchildren in a school where they are being taught decent subjects in a decent, respectful environment? But now that environment must be poisoned and infected with this mental disturbance. What about their rights? No, but you see, that doesn't count because that won't get news headlines. But what is the story with this? You have to open your fucking eyes and see what's going on. The XXX and its machinery is working on destroying humanity. That's what they are doing. What makes me furious is when these disturbed people, they suddenly want children, then normal people must provide them with a toy that they can play with and act as if they are normal. Is that right for that child to be brought up in a fucked up environment like that? But no, the political parties go for it. Now for me it's a simple thing. If a political party supports gay rights, I won't vote for them. Because then they're an ungodly party and I don't vote for them. And don't come with this shit, yeah, but it's only that there's other things they good. They do good administration, they do this and that. Fuck that. If you take a 1 liter jug of milk and you drop 1 teaspoon of shit into it, are you going to drink it? Yeah, it's only a teaspoon into a jug. Are you going to drink it? Well, if you do, you're crazy. So, that is what's going on. A political party that supports that is a jug of milk with a teaspoon of shit in it. And if you're happy with it, drink it, put it in your coffee, go for it, vote for them. That is how simple it is to make a decision who to vote for and who not. And that is if you are a decent Christian person. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos and he said, the Bible teaches us to love one another. The Quran says love one another. And the Kama Sutra is the manual how to do it. Think about that one. Now let's come to the next question. This question of these coalitions. All these coalitions that are now being formed to get the ANC out. If you look at all the coalition partners, what is the only common factor for all of them? Get the ANC out. But the rest, they differ on basically everything. And you think an unholy alliance like that can take over the government from the ANC and not fuck it up further? Look what happened in Joburg. Look what happened in Joburg with that coalition. Look at what you've got for a mayor in Joburg. Now you're going to get some dumbwit like that as the president of the country under all these coalitions. Think about that. But then I saw a news article earlier today A lesbian couple that went to a St. Petersburg court in Russia to get divorced. And the judge looked at them and said, look, we don't recognize marriage between same sexes. We only recognize marriage between a man and a woman. I suggest you go to a court where you got married and get yourself divorced there. We can't help you. Goodbye. I like the Russians. This is the problem that we are sitting with today. Media and narrative and all that shit mold our minds to accept things that is, if you look at it critically, pure craziness. But we allow the media to pump our heads full of shit. This is the big problem we have. See, here in South Africa, there's a thing that runs around that if MK is not on the ballot paper, they will revolt. Everybody's talking about revolt. Now, the fact of the matter is, removing the ANC and putting something else in its place is already a revolt. What I don't hear from any of the politicians is how they're going to repair that tank. What are their plans to repair that tank? You must take a look at this meme and tell me which one of the parties are telling you how to repair that tank. OHM has got a plan how to repair that tank, and they tell you how they plan to do it. The problem with OHM is they need a 2/3 majority support in Parliament to get that done, which they proposes. They will never get that 2/3 majority for the simple reason whoever votes for that OHM proposal will automatically vote for losing his job in Parliament. Now, who the fuck is going to do that? Nobody's going to support that. So we've got a serious problem. What is for me, the only solution? Break the country up into tribal pieces and have them independent, and then form a confederation, and in those pieces have a lot of cantons that protects and house different interest groups. So there'll be a Boer canton and a Muslim canton and Indian canton and things like that. That's what you do. That's the only way this country can go forward, because it has been proven it doesn't work, the unitary state. And we have another real issue, and that is that this state is bankrupt. They are fucking bankrupt. Let them tell you what they like, and they can jump and jive like everything they can think of. It cannot work. So who thinks changing the driver on this tank is going to make the tank run? Think again. Then we get to the state of our justice system. Look at that woman down in the Cape that sold her little daughter for 20,000 rand. Now she's in the legal processes and all about her rights to a fair trial and all that cock. What about that little child? There's now 3 weeks, I think. Can you, for a moment, try and imagine if the child is still alive? If the child is still alive. Can you imagine the fear and the terror in that little mind? Would she be aware that she's actually been sold by her mother? No, I don't think so. But the fact of the matter is, why does that mother have the protection of the law? Why? Why is it not a simple matter of get a rope and a tree and finish the job? Why not? She's got no right to live. She doesn't have the right to live. She condemned her daughter to death. And like Gayton McKenzie say clearly, I asked him, what will he do when he's the president? He said, I'll kill people. And the journalist flipped over and he said, you kill somebody, I kill you. You threaten to kill somebody, I kill you. That is the problem with our society. Shit are being tolerated that should never be tolerated. That's why the crime levels is where it is. Nobody is safe anymore in this country. Unless you are well protected by your environmental precautions, you're not safe. But that is what we have. And then I listen to this ANC now bitching about the list that has leaked. I mean, what is that list? In short, that list is for the most wanted in South Africa. Look at the fiasco around SAA. Ask yourself this question. The thing has been driven into the ground. How do you think it can ever be salvaged? How? But Gordon, he's got his hands in a lot of things. I've said it many times on Skidmarks. You need to go and look carefully at all the shit that he has constructed. Unbeknown to the public, he has privatized a hell of a lot of state assets. And what is most disturbing is that state officials holds the bulk of the shares in all this privatized. I call it reshuffle, it's privatized. Fact of the matter is, nothing works. Railways gone, roads gone, harbours gone, Eskom gone, post office gone. All of those things are gone. Things that makes a country. But nothing of that sort. Nothing. Everything has been fucked beyond repair. And people think changing the government through the election is going to make a change. Think again. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.